Hi, this is Nathan Markley, and this is the Nathan Markley Show podcast. This show originally aired at WNRI 1380 AM and 99.9 FM on Friday, August 14th, 2026. This is Season 3, Episode 23. Enjoy!
Yeah! Friday nights! WNRI! Winding down slow, radio on, like he's riding shotgun all night long. Me and Nathan, that same old voice, stories rolling, easy choice. I'm staying in for the Nathan Markley Show every Friday night on my radio. From WNRI, yeah, the signal rolls through the walls, down to my soul. I'm staying in for the Nathan Markley Show. Let the whole town drive, I'll let 'em go. I'll be right here where the stories flow. Tuned in time to the Nathan Markley Show.
Whoa, hey, everyone. How are you this Friday evening? Nathan Markley here. You're listening to the Nathan Markley Show on WNRI 1380 AM and 99.9 FM in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Tonight, we've got a great conversation coming up. And as always, my dad, Glenn, will be joining me and Ask a Mechanic segment around 6:25 p.m. Your automotive questions answered. Also, we have trivia, automotive trivia, today in automotive history, and much more that we'll always add in to it. You can submit your questions by calling in or visiting our website at nathanmarkley.net/askamechanic. The phone number to call is 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or toll free at 1-800-949-WNRI. That is 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or toll free at 1-800-949-9674. You can also stream us live at WNRI.com or a TuneIn Radio app. Show notes, links, and more are always free on my website at nathanmarkley.net/podcast. There's no sign up whatsoever for that. Hello, Dad.
Hi, Nathan. How are
Friday
you?
evening. I'm doing good. You?
Oh, good. Thank you. It's going to be a
Yes.
good show. We have a lot to talk about.
We do. And I think the first thing I want to talk about, so yesterday, I think in Spain, they had that where the sun goes over the moon, the eclipse.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Solar eclipse?
So eclipse. But it isn't over because we can actually see a eclipse at the end of August this month.
Here we are in North America?
In North America, yeah.
Another one, huh?
Yeah, I was just reading on the APA notes. Actually, I think it's a lunar eclipse, actually, because it's taken at night, at midnight.
Right.
During the time, we'll see it be, I think, let me scroll down here. The times in Eastern Standard Time, 12:12 a.m., Friday, August 28th. And that would be pretty cool to see that from at night.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it.
So that's a Monday overnight into Tuesday, right? Early Tuesday morning?
No, it's Friday. Friday,
The 28th?
The 28th is a Friday. And then it'll be
right,
Thursday, August 27th, at like in Central Time, Mountain Time, Pacific Time, depending on. But in Eastern Time would be Friday.
Well, hopefully there won't be any clouds in the sky.
Yes, hopefully we have good weather. I know last year we saw the solar eclipse, right?
Right, that was a big one. I mean,
Yes,
not a big one, but a total eclipse, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I did get some photos of that. I should post those on my website. I know my brother got some photos too from his phone, which, by the way, Samsung phones are pretty nice. They have great cameras. But that's why I want to talk about today is I may have to get a different lens though for my camera because it'll be great photography. I may maybe find somewhere to go instead of our location to get that lunar eclipse. Um, do they call that a blood moon? Lunar
No,
eclipse?
the blood moon is when it looks kind of red,
Yeah,
and I think that was the there was one recently, wasn't there?
there was. Yeah. So in 2025, so a lunar eclipse is when the sun and the moon kind of. It's the opposite of a solar eclipse, right?
Right, and it's safe to look at, right? You don't need any special glasses.
Yep, this one is safe to look at. Yeah, as I mentioned, photography. I would need right now my camera. I would need does it zoom in all the way, and I could use my iPhone to stabilize with a tripod, but I want to look at lenses. Like I'm thinking like a 70 to 300 millimeter, like a great telephoto. Oh, be good.
What do those
And
cost?
I don't really know. Probably those would be a lot of money, but you can rent them too. I know you can rent lenses. Or any photography gear you can rent. I have to look at the rental. I think renting photography gear is pretty good because you get to try them out before you buy.
Who rents photography gear?
There's different services out there, websites. I know I can't think of any of them on the top of my head. I was talking to a friend of mine who was telling me about them recently.
You'll have to put a credit card number on file so they can.
Oh yeah, you have to pay ahead of time, and they'll probably ship it to you. And
No, I know that, but I meant just a deposit in case of damage or you don't send it back, and then so your money's going to be tied up for several days until it gets shipped, and then once you ship it, it's really out of your hands as far as the timing. So
yeah, it's kind of
you
just
got to make sure you have that money that can be suspended like that and not accessible until everything gets back there to the supplier and it goes through their system that it was received, checked out by somebody. I mean,
it's kind of like renting a car too. You have to put a credit card down.
I know it's like that. What I'm trying to say is but you drive the car back, and then automatically, that within an hour you got the everything's done. And
I wonder if there's a photography store in Providence, Hunt's Photo. I wonder if they rent camera gear too. I don't see why not, but that's something I have to check into. But I was thinking today when I saw this, like what photo setting I would need, and I'm thinking I probably need, well, given there's not much light because it's at night, I would need my shutter to be open and probably a slow shutter speed too, and probably put my camera on a tripod. And I may need to bump the ISO up too.
Would you need a filter?
I probably wouldn't need a filter, no. No, I don't think so, because it'd be at night. I kind of want to open it up to everyone listening, maybe kind of make like, see what our listeners could capture, either for a phone or never, and if they have, I'd love to see the photos. Maybe we can do like a hashtag or something. I don't know, hashtag Lunar Eclipse 2026 or hashtag Nathan photography. I don't know, something. We can come up with something. I don't have anything, and do like an Instagram and Facebook, or you can just tag my social media.
That's an idea.
And see the photos. We can compare notes and see what they come up or how they look at. I don't know.
So a couple of weeks left to talk more about it.
Yes, a couple of weeks. We have 2 weeks, and I'll probably talk more about that. I'll probably
on the 28th.
Find more information about. Yeah, that'll be that.
No, but is it going to be the Friday, the Thursday into Friday, or the Friday into Saturday?
It will be.
I know it's 12 a.m. But
it'll
what
be
day?
Thursday to Friday, because the Thursday, August 27th.
Okay, so it's Thursday.
And Central Time is 11:12. So when it's 12:12 a.m. Eastern Time, it's 11:12 p.m. Central Time. So the day before, yeah. So we'll talk about that day. That Friday. That'll be cool. And I'll find more information, but big cool like photo project too, and I would like to see what I get for that photo. I'm just looking at right now in the Apple News app. They have a photo from a total lunar eclipse back in March of 2026 down in Florida. It looks pretty cool.
Okay.
You can kind of see the sun covering up the moon. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff that you could take great photography of if you, without knowing it, you can be creative. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking celestial things like that, planets, etc. You'll need some big lenses, right?
Do you remember
big magnifying lenses
back in 2015, 2016, when we went to the Community College of Rhode Island, at night, their
observatory.
The telescope, and I took my camera there, and they had an attachment that you can attach your DSLR to the telescope, and I got some shots of the stars and all that. I don't know where those photos are, actually. I have to find those.
That was at the CCRI campus in Warwick.
Yes, CCRI
I remember
campus.
That was a good night.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And that's kind of where I got into astrophotography, and really learn more about how to control the camera and the settings, and because you need a slow shutter speed. And because you have a slow shutter speed, you need to stabilize the camera so you don't get camera shake.
Right.
And humans, we can't really hold that camera steady. But luckily, their CSOS observatory, their telescope had a mount and like a tripod that I could rest the camera on and attach it. You just open it up.
I mean, that would be the best way compared to one of those poles that just, supports it on the ground, right? I've seen cameras.
Yeah, you can do like a tripod.
A unipod, I'd call it, just one little.
Yeah, I would say get a tripod, not a unipod. Yeah, because you have more three legs to stabilize it, and just tilt the camera up towards the sky and zoom in. It definitely need a telephoto lens to get closer to it. Now with phones, like I know the Samsung phone and your iPhone, like my iPhone has a pretty good zoom lens. It's all right. It's not as fun taking photos with your phone than it is taking with an actual physical camera. Yeah,
I can understand that.
And I think Central Time, and then Mountain Time there 10:12 p.m. and then Pacific Time is 9:12. But yeah, I'm actually excited for that one, to look forward to that and see how that.
You'll have to find a spot where there's no ambient light or other big businesses with parking lot lights, etc.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Be a little difficult where we live because there's a lot of light too. With
street lights and things like that.
Maybe I could figure out how to turn the street lights off.
Well, isn't there an observatory in Scituate? There's some club that I'm pretty sure they have one.
There might be.
They probably have an event already planned for it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could always. That's a good idea. I could probably look at those places.
Maybe even CCRI.
Yeah. So we have a couple more minutes left before we get to Ask a Mechanic. But one of the things I noticed today is, I didn't know that Apple does this, but Apple sent out an alert, a warning to all to iPhone users about spyware, right? And pretty much, I don't know what the app was, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because I didn't know Apple had the ability to do this. I guess they do, but if they detect a certain spyware attack targeted on your iPhone, or just not just targeted to you, like if they have a certain app that they know it's targeted, they'll send you a notification through a banner notification will come up on your lock screen. They'll come up, the notification will be in your settings. Under, I think it's the settings under like account information, and then they'll also send you an email too for that your Apple account's logged into, or your iPhone's logged into, and that's how you know that there's a law, and it pretty much to tell you that that they found this malicious, that you're being targeted from this app, the spyware thing. It's pretty interesting though, because I didn't think Apple. I knew Apple scans apps in the App Store, but I didn't know actually they would really notify users about malicious apps.
Yeah, but
it was pretty cool though.
But how do they know you have the app?
They can see like who downloaded the apps and stuff, and how many downloads there are for it.
So, do you think they know
it
scanning your phone, or just they found out the app might have an issue?
I think they can see.
Who knows it? They know who has the app.
Can put this. They can see like your user ID, your Apple account, who downloaded what app.
Do they know when you deleted it? If you did,
I don't. Probably, I don't.
It
see
wouldn't
why
have to
not.
notify you.
It says here. It looks like this particular one that happened this morning, the app has sent out these threat notifications from Mrs. App, more about like journalists or high profile people like politicians too that are being targeted. So it's probably like a malicious app that got through the store or the App Store, or maybe even just a random app that got compromised too.
What did you say the app was?
They did. It doesn't say. It actually doesn't say what app it is.
Oh, what the hell?
How does that help us? It just says a malicious spyware attack targeted on your iPhone. But I didn't get the notification.
So what is someone supposed to do?
I did get the notification.
Do you know what the notification says?
It says Apple detected a spyware attack targeted on your iPhone. There are actions you can take now to protect your data and device. And in Apple settings, you can lock down your phone so only certain apps work. You can do certain things in the browser. You can't call out, or you can only call out certain people, if your favorites or people you contacted the last 30 days. And then I believe in the email they send out to people in those that they detected, it will have more information to kind of lock down your account and how to protect your personal identifying information.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I mean,
it's a good thing that they're doing that they're kind of monitoring it, because there are a lot of malicious apps out there, and yeah.
So they can't fix it. They can just.
You could probably remove it from the App Store or until the developer fixes the app, or ban that developer from the App Store.
Well, I wonder if they would send out a new update, or wait till the next update to have that fix in there.
Well, they'll probably. I don't think it'll be an update. I think it's just that they just block that app from people downloading it, so they can't target anyone else.
Right, but if they don't tell you what the app is and they notify you, and you already have it on your phone, how do you get help?
Well, I don't know. Well, it
doesn't tell us on that.
Well, the article doesn't tell me, but I'm pretty sure Apple will tell that user.
Okay.
Because I never actually got that notification before.
Yeah. Well, it's good that they're monitoring it, but it's also bad on one hand that they know what you have on your phone.
It is. It's yeah. I mean, it can be. It's.
That's how I see it.
Catch-22. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. You kind of want someone to know what's going on in the world and notify you if your information got leaked, right? But also at the same time, you want them to protect your privacy. Like Apple's really good at protecting about privacy and protecting you and the customers, and not really letting too many people have access to it, to the information they have. Yeah.
Do you think Android will come up with something like that? Oh, they don't have the ability.
Like I'm pretty sure Google has something. I don't think we really hear it as often because Apple iOS devices are more popular with the users, so that's why a lot more people being targeted. That's why threat actors target those people.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I do have one more story, but I think I'm going to save it for when we reach the Ask a Mechanic. It's about EV, electric vehicles, and how Subaru is kind of doing things different than other automakers. But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
I found it interesting. We'll take an ad break and we come back. We will get to the Ask a Mechanic, and we still have to answer the trivia question from last week that we didn't get the chance to answer. So we'll do that.
Nobody called in, so
yeah,
we'll answer it.
Yes.
In case someone was wondering.
Yes. All right. You're listening to the Nathan Markley Show on WNRI.
Accidents happen, but choosing the right repair shop makes all the difference. For over 45 years, Hillview Auto Body in Johnston has been the name Rhode Islanders trust. Established in 1980, a Gold Class certified and Class A body shop, we've invested in the highest level of training and technology to ensure your vehicle is repaired to the strictest industry standards, and we've built our reputation on quality craftsmanship, honest service, and getting the job done right the first time. From minor dents to major collision repairs, our expert technicians handle it all. We handle most of the claim process to make the repair process smooth and stress-free from start to finish. At Hillview Auto Body, your car isn't just another job, it's treated like our own. So when life throws you a bump in the road, trust the team that's been fixing them for decades. Hillview Auto Body, Johnston, Rhode Island. Quality you can see, service you can trust.
Little scoop, you don't know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I've got the fastest set of wheels in town. When something comes up to me, he don't even try. Cause if it had a set of wings, man, I know she could fly. She's my little scoop. You don't know what I got.
You're listening to the Nathan Markley Show on WNRI 1380 AM and 99.9 FM or online at WNRI.com or TuneIn Radio app. 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or 1-800-949-9674 is the phone number to call. So that last week we had a trivia question that we didn't get a chance to answer, and what was the trivia question last week? Okay, something with the tie.
The question was, I asked, what year did the first vehicle come standard with a mounted tire and wheel assembly as a spare tire?
Yes.
So what year was a spare tire and wheel introduced into vehicles as a standard part of the vehicle, not an option? And I also asked if you knew which vehicle it was.
I'm going to take a guess, probably 1970s.
Oh, a lot older than that, a long time ago. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was 1904.
1904.
1904.
Oh. Wow.
Prior to that, most people had tubes in their tires. They would just have to either, I'm not sure. I wasn't around then, obviously, but I don't know if they carried an extra wheel and tire, or they just had a spare tube or a patch kit like we used to have for bicycles.
Yeah.
But in 1904, and Rambler was the vehicle that offered it as a standard, not a standard option, a standard
Wrangler?
Part of the vehicle.
The Jeep Wrangler?
No, Rambler.
Oh, Rambler. Oh, Rambler.
I was going to say last week, I'll spend a minute on that this week. Just a reminder, when you have your tires rotated or your oil change done, or if you check the tire pressure yourself, check your spare tire pressure also. And unfortunately, some of those spare tires are under the vehicle. You have to crank them down, or with the extra tool that comes with the vehicle, or even if they're inside the vehicle and they're secured where the jack is, you have to unscrew the securement, whether it's a big wing nut or something like that. But sometimes the valve stem is pointing down, so you have to take it right out. But that's a good time to check the condition of the tire, check the pressure, look at the sidewall of the tire, and make sure you're inflating to the proper pressure. Because a lot of those smaller spare tires, or saver spares as they call them, they're not the full-size wheel and tire assembly for the vehicle. Those spares need more tire pressure to handle the load because they have a smaller cross-sectional area of air on the size of the tire. Not the wheel size, but the tire size. So just a reminder to keep, an eye on that spare tire. You don't want to have a flat tire and someone comes out to change it, or you change it yourself and you have no air pump to pump it up. You'll be in, just as inconvenience as you were with a flat tire.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to check, is your jack working? Is the mechanism, operating freely? Looks rusted? Maybe put a couple of drops of light 10-weight oil on the jack. Make sure your spare tools are there. The tool that operates the jack, like an extension handle, and make sure your lug wrench is there in good working order.
Interesting.
So,
1904 for standard spare tire Rambler. All right. Do we have a new trivia question this week?
Not only a new question, I got a little twist to it.
Okay.
This week I have 2 small prizes. So whoever calls in and answers it today, the first one to call in and answer it, we'll ask you to hold on, and our engineer will take your name and number if you want it mailed to you. I'm sorry, name and address, or you can come pick it up here at the station. And we'll put your name on it.
And one person's getting 2 prizes.
Yeah, that's 2, small prizes. So I'll talk about the prizes first. The first prize it's a metal 4-inch magnetic dish, to hold little screws or anything that's metal that can be magnetized. So if you're disassembling something, or you want to just keep it on your fridge as a something to hold papers on with, but it's a 4-inch dish. The magnet is very strong. And if you do any do-it-yourself work, whether it's, on a vehicle or even at home when you're taking things apart, you want to keep the nuts and bolts together, or the pieces in one spot when they won't roll away. Even if they're not metal and they don't stick to the dish because of the magnetism, they can still keep it all in one place. So we have that. And, it's that dish, that magnetic pots dish, they call it, is designed for automotive use, but it can be used anywhere for anything. And I have a small keychain tire pressure gauge. So it measures from 20 PSI up to 50.
Kind of goes with last week.
So you have 2 little prizes, a magnetic dish and a little tire pressure gauge that you can keep in your glove box or center console. It has a little chain on it with a little ring that you can put on your key ring if you want to have it like that. It's about 2.5 inches long, but it does work. And these are all brand new things. They're not used. They're brand new. So the question is, I'm not sure if we have any automotive racing fans out there that are listening, but the question is, which NASCAR driver was born in 1956? I'll give you a little hint. This driver, a NASCAR driver, he's in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So which NASCAR Hall of Fame driver was born in 1956? And if you want some bonus cred or some bonus bragging rights, tell us the date or the day, the number of his birth. Actually, you can tell us the date too, the year and day.
So which NASCAR driver was born in 1956?
Yes.
For a chance to win a keychain, tire pressure gauge, and a magnetic dish.
Magnetic pot tray or dish.
Yes. And you can give us a call at 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or toll free at 1-800-949-9674 if you know the answer of which NASCAR driver was born in 1956.
He's a famous driver, and he's in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, so that should help narrow it down. Now, I want to jump to this day in automotive history.
Okay.
Since we're talking about racing. And in 1909, on August 14th, the first motorized event was held at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we all know of the Indy 500. I'm sure everyone's heard about the Indy 500.
Yep.
But back then in 1909, believe it or not, the first racing event that took place, or motorized event, was a series of motorcycle races. So back in 1909, motorcycle races were very popular. And the Speedway had just opened up earlier in the summer. And the surface of the track was made of crushed stone and tar. So crushed stones was a rough surface held together with tar and covered with tar. And that proved not to be the best surface, especially when a racer went down. It kind of beat them up a little bit, not just, hitting the ground at that speed, but it was it's like, landing on sandpaper. So they changed that and they actually paved it with brick.
Mm.
And that's where it got the name, the Brickyard. So there may be some racing fans that know or have heard of the Brickyard, and that's referring to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And that's why it has that name, because the surface was changed to brick.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, prior to 1909, or maybe even back then, I know some history, motorcycle racing was done on wooden tracks, banked circular or oval tracks. And that proved very dangerous because of splinters, large splinters.
Mm.
So I found that interesting. And it kind of falls in line with that trivia question.
It does. What's the trivia question for anyone just tuning in now is, which NASCAR driver was born in 1956 for a chance to win two cool prizes, a keychain, tire pressure gauge, and automotive parts tray, magnetic parts tray. Give us a call at 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or 1-800-949-9674. Okay, it's
okay.
So from my third story I have, which is automotive, is that as you probably know, I'm not sure if you know that, but September in 2025, that federal clean vehicle credit expired. Have you heard of that? For all the EVs that the manufacturers can
Yes,
get?
I do remember that, yes.
But so a lot of manufacturers, car manufacturers, they stopped their battery electric vehicles, EV things, and kind of transitioned to do other stuff, right? But there's one that I found interesting that's kind of still making EVs, and that's Subaru. And
that's still making EVs?
Yeah, they're still gonna be making them. They haven't really, like, Ford, General Motors, and Honda kind of either scale back or either drop their EV vehicles that they will make, or they kind of switch gears. I think it was it General Motors that has that they redid one of their facilities to more gas vehicles, but Subaru has, I think they have 4 EVs now coming up.
Okay.
But it's posted EV sales gains, and they actually have, after Q1, they posted the EV sales gains in the first full half of the year, and it kind of was more than others. But I found that interesting that, like, all the others, even though they kind of, Subaru's still saying, hey, we're still going to make EVs. We're not going to stop our agenda and still push EVs in the market, and then what Ford, General Motors, and others are doing.
Yeah, some have changed. I mean, I know that, Toyota is still going to do that, produce the hybrids. And the Ford Fathom, that was something that came out last week. Have you heard about the Ford Fathom?
I have, I read it here. And Subaru says they'll have 4 EVs available in the U.S. consumers by early next year, while continuing to invest in gas and hybrid models. And the redesign of the Accent with the 3-row crossover And the Impreza survives too. They're still making the Prezas too. So, yeah, I mean, as like,
well,
yeah,
I think what's interesting, Nathan, is that
I found it
automobile companies that have been making internal combustion engine or ICE engines, vehicles or gasoline vehicles and diesel, they're the ones that have, wanted to get some of the market share of EVs. So they came out with hybrids and then full EVs. But it's just think about the number of startups that are only BEV or battery electric vehicles. So they're not going away.
They're not going away, but they're not, because they no longer can get a tax credit, I think they're just pulling back more. They're not really going full force. But Subaru's like, no, we're going to do this regardless. And I think, that may give the market, the consumer, more options. Like they don't want EV. Maybe we might see even more Subarus out there on the road next year. With this fun new.
Yeah, Subaru's a good brand. They sell a lot of vehicles. I'm sure they'll be selling their EVs. But that's what, Ford Fathom. I read a little bit. There's not much information about this from Ford, but what they're saying is, and, I can quote Jim Farley, the CEO. He said that coming out with that Fathom at a price point of $29,000, just under $30,000, is similar to what the Model T, kind of revolutionized the automobile world, low cost. And as a matter of fact, he said that the price of the Model T back then when it came out, adjusted for inflation and today's price, would be about $30,000. So they're hoping that, they've had the F-150s and other vehicles of Mustang E, et cetera.
Yeah.
And maybe they've scaled back, especially with the credit. But if they change their marketing strategy and don't rely on that credit to sell vehicles, low price like this Fathom, they may just find a new market that people aren't, worried about that, or they're not going to rely on that credit, so that they come out with something low priced, they'll sell. They're not relying on that credit, or don't be marketing that credit as a benefit to buying their EV.
Yeah.
So they're not going away. I mean, there's so many manufacturers that just make electric vehicles only.
I don't think they're going away. I just think that as we see, like some of them are going to slow down. But it's interesting that
Some companies
Subaru's
are going
not
to scale
slowing
back,
down.
right?
Yeah. Like sounds like Subaru's not doing that. They're not scaling back.
Correct.
Guys. Yeah, because they're still coming out with the agenda for EVs by next year. And I saw this morning, where I was at, I saw a EV course track that I didn't.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah. I mean, think about the slate. The slate's targeted to come out late this year or early 2027.
Yep.
The availability of it.
Yes. Let's take another ad break.
Sure.
And hopefully we get a call to answer this trivia question, which is, what NASCAR driver was born in 1956, right?
And that driver, like I said, for a little hint, is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. To help you narrow it down.
Yes, and you can give us a call at 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or 1-800-949-9674. You're listening to The Nathan Markley Show on WNRI.
If you or anyone that you know would like to buy or sell a property, Lydia Smith, a realtor with the Century 21 Stahirsky Agency, would like to chat with you. Lydia has over 15 years of experience in the real estate profession and is well known for her professionalism. She has sold many properties over the years as a professional realtor and is well respected due to her experience in and knowledge of the Northern Rhode Island real estate market. You will be pleased by her quick response, her attention to detail, and her remarkably high level of integrity. Having purchased 2 homes and selling another myself, I can appreciate Lydia's knowledge, success, and professionalism as a trusted realtor. You can reach Lydia by calling her at 401-808-0430. Lydia promises a quick response to your call. Again, call Lydia Smith, professional realtor, at 401-808-0430 for your property buying or selling needs.
401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or 1-800-949-9674 is the phone number to call.
And call in for any automotive, question, concern, whatever you want to talk about.
Automotive or comment, or even if you just want to say hi.
It doesn't have to be about the trivia question.
Yeah, I mean,
You can have a shot at it.
Again, the trivia is what NASCAR driver who's in the Hall of Fame was born in 1956. Let's see. We have an email question calling us in. What we can switch
when did that
to
come
that. Later today. We'll go this afternoon. This question is from. Is that the question? Yes. From Linda in Central Falls. And she writes, how often should I change the oil in my car? My car is a 2021 Honda Civic and is $93 too much for oil change. Thanks.
So how often should you change it? And she's asking if $93 is too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess for $93, someone else is doing it for her, because if she was buying the oil and filter herself, it'd probably be, maybe $50 for the pot for good oil. As far as when I say good, full synthetic. So 2021?
2022 Honda Civic.
2022, okay. All right, so how often? Well, I mean, that depends on time and mileage, because if you don't drive your vehicle, say 3,000 to 5,000 miles in 1 year, I would change it at least once a year if you haven't reached that mileage point that you are comfortable with. Now, I know you're asking, Linda, in my experience, if I have, I put in full synthetic oil, which is a high-grade oil, I would expect to get 5,000 miles out of that oil. Now, your owner's manual may have an interval. Most cars don't have an interval. They rely on what they call an oil life monitor, or when the computer puts a message up on the dashboard, sometimes you can actually go in and see what percentage of oil life is left. Now, that's not how much oil by volume is in the engine. That still has to be checked. Don't wait for the warning light to come on, the red light, or a message to say check oil level, because you don't want to have any damage done by running low on oil. So let's not confuse when should I change it to how well, you need to check it often. Now, when you or someone else checks it, they can look at the color of the oil and see if when I say the condition, if it's very hot engine, the engine's just been shut off, you want to wait at least 5 to 10 minutes for all the oil to drain back to the pan or the sump where the dipstick reads on. And that's if you even have a dipstick. So if you have a dipstick, you can do this. Pull the dipstick out, hold it level. We'll wipe it off first, put it back in all the way, pull it out again, hold it level so the oil doesn't run up or down the dipstick, depending on how you're holding it. You want to hold it horizontal and look at the color. It should be, if it's black, that's time to change it. If it's clear to like a light gold, that's good. If it's gold to brownish or brownish to black, that's time to schedule an oil change or do it soon yourself. So I really can't tell you when to do it. I would, like I said, based on my experience, good oil every 5,000 to 6,000 miles. You can rely on your oil life index, and that has to be reset when the oil is changed, so it starts at 100%. And as the oil gets used, the oil that number drops. Now the manufacturers actually use the oil life index as a monitor where they're checking the engine run time, the temperature extremes, so what temperature the engine started up at to when how long it's been in operating temperature, which is set by the thermostat. What else? If you drive in dusty conditions or a lot of stop and go traffic, you may want to change it often. But again, if you take very short trips, oil does not get to warm up to operating temperature and burn off any impurities. or moisture in the oil, then you want to change it often also. So I'll wrap this up by saying at least once a year or 5,000 to 6,000 miles, whichever comes first. Now, if you're buying a non-synthetic or a non-semi-synthetic or blend, semi-synthetic is regular oil and some synthetic. So if you're using a non-synthetic or non-semi-synthetic, 4,000 miles would be when I change it, or a year, whichever comes first. But please check your oil level. Don't wait for the oil change interval to check oil. Okay, so you check condition of it, so you can see how it's gradually getting more and more dirty, and you make sure the level is high, or where it should be between the low and high box. So she also asked if $93 was too much. No, that's for a synthetic oil change. That's probably right in the middle of the price. It could be a little bit less, maybe $73, depending on where you go, up to $125. And, sometimes the oil change price includes some labor if they're rotating your tires. Okay, so make sure, we're comparing apples to apples. If they may say it's included in the price, or rotation is included, but maybe they priced it a little higher. So if you're comparing one oil change price from one service provider to another, see if they're including the rotation. Whether or not they say it's free, they're still paying the technician the labor to do it. So, or the time if they're hourly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So $93 is a good price for synthetic oil change. It's probably a little bit on the lower side.
Cool. Awesome. So Dad, you know that I record every show that we do every week, right? And you can listen to the replay for this week, previous weeks, like last week and last month, and even the future shows that we do on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else you can listen to podcasts. All thanks to Libsyn for hosting that show.
Hey.
And just like for my show, Libsyn can help you get your show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you want. Libsyn can help you get crucial starts to help you grow, find all the tools and support you need to sound your very best. You can even do a video. Really bring your podcast to life with Libsyn. Use my unique link in the show notes to get your first month free plus 50% off your next 2 months of podcast hosting from Libsyn. And get podcasting today. Libsyn's a great podcast hosting service out there. I've been using it for a really long time, and I like that I'm able to promote them on the show. Libsyn's been around for one of the longest too for podcasting. Libsyn came out in 2005, and when podcasting really came out, first got started, and then I found out about them in 2015, 2016.
I hope if anybody, is listening, any of our listeners actually have a podcast of their own, they share that information, and you guys can share links, whatever you call it, post links to
check out the show notes at nathanmarkley.net/podcast for that unique link to get your first month free of Libsyn, and then 50% off the other 2 months too.
And if you like the show, whether you're listening, live or online at WNRI.com while we're live, or listening to one of the recordings, feel free to share it on your social media if you want. If you like it and you want to share it.
Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, all the other places too. All right.
I got a subject I want to talk about.
Yes,
we have time. We have time?
We do have time.
So
and then I just want to say that trivia question again is, what Hall of Fame NASCAR driver was born in 1956?
Right.
And
call in, you can win a prize.
You can call us at 401-766-1380, 401-769-0600, or 1-800-949-9674. All right.
So I saw something interesting. I read something interesting this week, and I never thought this would happen. Okay. All right. So you know how Nathan, when I order food, if I order food out, I go and get it. I just don't want to pay someone else a small fee to bring it to me, and I'm typically going to be ordering somewhere close to home.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those people that does not use those services typically.
Yeah.
I read that DoorDash is now expanding into delivering auto parts. So I had to look into this. And they're partnering with autoparts.com. Now, I've ordered, auto parts a few times online at rockauto.com.
Yeah.
And, you have to be careful of where it'll tell you where it's being shipped from. And sometimes you're paying extra shipping and because it's coming from different warehouses, different places. So I always have that site open. I'm looking at Advanced Auto and the other local places online to see what the prices are. And I just make my decision on, I don't want to go spend a lot of money on shipping, especially on heavy items. I can just go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or Advance, et cetera, or Napa, or even the small independents around here, and I'll go and pick up the parts. But I just found it amazing that DoorDash, not only they do the food, right?
Yeah.
They do, what else they do?
It's mostly food.
Groceries, maybe? But
yeah, groceries, that's food.
Now they're going to deliver auto parts for autoparts.com. Just the society we live in. I was just amazed that it came to auto parts. Because a lot of independent companies will say...
Amazon, you can buy auto parts on Amazon, so I'm not surprised that now they're getting into that. Yeah, they'll be kind of compete against Amazon.
Yeah.
So autoparts.com, do they have like warehouses around the country?
Well, that's the thing. It's an online service. So they're going to have suppliers, whether it's Joe's Auto Parts or it could even be a dealer. I looked on their website, autoparts.com. I didn't spend much time on it, so I can't give you a true critique of it. But I didn't see much specific selection like Rock Auto or Amazon has. So maybe this is they're just starting out and they're partnering with DoorDash. But when I heard that DoorDash, because all I think about is food delivery from DoorDash, not other things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised given how Amazon started. Amazon started with textbooks and books, and then now it's everything.
And music.
Yep. It is interesting though.
So get back to a question you said. You never know where that part is coming from. You may think it's coming from autoparts.com warehouse.
Yeah.
But it could be coming from anyone. We got a call?
Maybe. Not yet. I don't know.
Not yet? Okay. Yeah. I want to thank Linda for writing in that question. Thank you, Linda. That's a good question.
Yes. Yeah. Now we have a call.
Oh, you got a call?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Answer to your question.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi. Who's this?
It's Bill.
Hey, Bill.
I think I have the answer to your question.
Okay.
Roger Penske?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
All
right.
Let me throw out a hint there. The initials are RW.
RW. Okay.
He was very active in racing in the late 80s through the 90s.
Oh, boy.
And he became like many do, he became an announcer.
Oh, well.
Oh, you know what? I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but maybe somebody else will get it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for calling in.
You got two more minutes. All right. Bye.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right. We're coming
we
up
definitely
to
have to announce it next week.
We'll announce it next week. Yes. Let's play our outro song.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for listening.
I have a new outro song for you.
She said, Elmo, can't you see? I want to be famous, a star at the screen. But you can do something in between. Elmo, you can drive my car.
Where'd you find that?
Yes, I'm gonna be a
Apple
star.
Music.
Elmo, you can drive my car.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been great, and I'll talk to you all next week. Have a great Friday evening, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
You. All right. And outro music. That was it.
Another Friday in the books, laugh lines running through the show. You've been riding every turn through the highs and the low. We're closing out the Nathan Markley Show. Thank you for the time you chose. Same place, same dial, you know. See you next week on WNRI. Show on WN.